All right, we are live. What's up, Callie?
What's up, brother?
It's been a couple of weeks, my man.
Yeah, that's right.
Got a
We've
lot going on.
a lot going on, a lot of shows, a lot of events. Been a little sick here and there. I've got a big thing we're launching today, so a lot of groundwork to lay. I'll
I'm
tell
pretty
you,
excited about that.
dude, it's gonna blow your mind. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, I think you should give some droplets like right now.
All right. Well, so I'm distilling information that we've built in the startup world that I've seen work in the small business corporate world. And then we're combining that with the simple steps that you need in the entrepreneurial world. So, what we're going to talk about is how to build an audience that buys, but in reality, it's how to develop a very simple, measurable marketing system. So you're not doing a billion things. Now, I've been guilty of this. You've been guilty of this. It's really easy for as a business owner to see what somebody's doing and say, I want to do that. I want to do that. I want to do that. But that's not strategy. Doing stuff is not a strategy. Doing stuff and thinking that something's going to happen isn't a strategy. So then to understand, well, what's available to me? What does success look like? What am I trying to do? What could I do right now? And so I'm going to show people, hey, here are the options. Here's the way to go through the options. Here's the way to test them. And we're going to build a very, very simple marketing system that gets attention. It nurtures that attention and it sells to that attention. So we'll worry about referrals and repurchases or renewals later, because there's 5 steps to a marketing system when you look at it like that. But everybody, you're stuck. You're thinking about like, oh, I should send this note, or I should do this renewal thing, or I should do, how do I incentivize this, or how do I do that? And you get all mixed up. So let's put the first things first and say, okay, I want to get attention. So how do I capture that information? How do I nurture it so people want to buy from me? And then how do I actually sell? And for people watching your show, watching this, is like, that could all happen in 10 minutes, right? It could all happen in 15 minutes. Most likely it's not going to, but yeah, I'm going to take a very complicated, confusing, frustrating thing that absorbs way too much time for people, and I'm going to explain it in detail, but you're going to walk out of it with a very simple system that scales up, and you can just, it's a $1 million marketing system.
So let me ask you something. I think, I'll just speak for myself.
Mm-hmm.
I know that this has been this was a huge struggle for me, because I thought, well, I got to get the funnel in place. I've got to get, I got to capture the email addresses. I have to make sure they're getting, a thank you email. And so what happens in that, all of that for me, is I shut down, right? I start thinking about all those different things that I don't know shit about. I mean, I know more about it now because I've had no choice but to learn it, because you can't find anybody. Well, I found somebody that's worth a damn, but not too many people. And so I think for a lot of people, and I think for what you're saying, is that you're going to make this system where we don't have to worry about all those different moving parts, because you've condensed that down into one system that's simple.
Yeah, it's simple. And the problem is that you look at all those things at once and it makes it confusing. And so what people do is they move away with ADHD, entrepreneurial ADHD, and they say, well, that must not be the move. I'm going to go do this other thing. I'm going to go try this other thing. So then you try 20 things, and then you listen to somebody and they say, you have to be everywhere. Or, hey, it's not that type of funnel, it's this type of funnel. The problem is with marketing and with sales, almost everything works. That's the thing. Okay. Now we can pull in our favorite analogy. It's like diet and exercise, right?
Right.
Now there's certain things like, I don't want to be a long distance runner. Okay. I don't want to do that. But yeah, right. But I'm under no illusion that if I wanted to lose weight, that running is a method that would work. Okay. So all these things work, but some of these things are not in alignment with who you want to be or what you really are best suited to do. And so this is the problem with marketing is everybody's selling the shiny thing. It's like, you should go jogging. You should do high reps. You should do low reps. You should do HIIT. You should do, intermittent fasting. You should do carb only. You should do fruit only. You should do, long-term fasting. You should do water fasting. You should do high fat. You should do low fat. And you're like, oh my God, and in reality, what it is just say like, what do I want to achieve? And let me just put this one piece in place and stop looking at the other things and saying, oh, well, I should buy YouTube ads. This person said that YouTube ads is going to work great. So I'm going to switch over to that. I'm like, hey, wait, is the thing that you're doing working right now? Are you making money at that thing right now?
Yes, pretty good.
Yeah, it's working pretty good. So why are you going to stop what works and then go and jump off onto a new thing every single week? That's why your business isn't working, right?
Right.
Dude,
grass is always greener.
Yeah, grass is always greener. You see this with salespeople all the time. They're like, oh man, this new, Alex Hormozy, he's got this closer system. I'm going to use the closer system. Oh, I listened to a YouTube video from Ryan Suman, and he said to use this system. Oh, I took this training, and then this person said this, and then NLP is that, and then, this is the way you do handshake. And it's like, dude, you know what?
Just call Corey. That's what you've got to do. Just call Corey. Like, that's the answer.
Just call Corey. It's like the thing is, you got to like actually just do something that's simple and that works, and then keep doing it. So, I think this is a universal problem right now. Is like there's a lot of noise in the world, and we want to think that there's some other system that works. I know what works for me, and you're experiencing a little bit about this now. Is for me, I just figure out like who already has earned my audience, and then how can I provide enough value where I can partner with that organization or that person. Like it's super straightforward. That's my system. I will present that as a part of it, but that's like saying high distance runner. Not everybody wants to do that.
Right.
Yeah. They don't want to be that.
Right. 100%. Well, Kelly, the other thing too, like when you have, when you do find that right partner, like, it's the right partner because everything lines up, everything that runs smooth. It's like when you and I started working on my sales system, like everything just flowed well. And so that's what that's what you're really looking for. And I would argue that a lot of people are probably thinking, I just want to figure out who's got the most money. Just figure out who's going to help me make the most money. And that's just the wrong way of going about it.
Yeah. Yeah, totally. Right. Or they think that there's like a new shiny trick that's going to be successful. And in reality, I just say like, you need one really good offer. This is what, Alex Hormozy has is like, I've been saying this forever is you need one thing that you're selling, and that would be like a package that solves a problem. So this is why your book is the same as your program is the same as your content is the same, because, it doesn't matter if you're focusing on plumbers, like you have a system, right? And so you're selling this one thing, but like you need one type of customer to be successful because there's lots of people in the world. You need one way of selling to them, one channel, and you need one product that you can offer them that's going to change the world. That's how you make $1 million business. Everybody is listening. If you want to grow past millions of dollars, like there's value in diversifying. But for me, I say, okay, you need a channel for it getting attention. You need a channel to nurture that attention so they like you. They can find you continually, and you can convert them into, part of your audience. And then you need a way to sell to them. And like, see, for some people, like the answer to all three of those is just YouTube.
It could be, yeah,
for you. But like, YouTube is it's a flywheel. Takes some time, and that you might not have that time today. So that's what we're going to talk about. Is like, if you had to get attention tomorrow, Corey, would starting a YouTube channel be the way you could make sales tomorrow?
It would not.
No, it would not be. Right.
Podcast, it would not.
It would not, right? But like long term, if you were to put everything in a roadmap and you say like, hey, we should start this because when we get really big, 2 years from now, that podcast is going to be ripping, man. It's going to be awesome. It's going to make us really credible in the market. We can do partnerships. We can do all these big things. But today probably looks like picking up the damn phone and calling people.
Yeah.
Knocking on doors.
Yeah.
Talking to people in your local, if you're putting in fences, you talk to landscapers, right? It's like common sense. Do not do things that don't scale, easy, straightforward things, right?
And look, I'm glad you used that example, because what a lot of these guys think is, that's my competitor. I'm not gonna try to partner with him. I hate that guy. Like, he's taking market share. No, you're looking at it wrong. Like, you need that guy, because guess what? If he's crushing it, he can't take all those orders. Eventually, something's going to happen, and he's not going to be able to take an order. And if you're friends with him, guess where that order is going to go, right? Guess where it's not going to go if you're not friends with him. Simple as that, right? There's literally no other reason that you should partner or have a collaboration or an agreement with that guy other than that. And that's cool. It works.
Yep. I was talking to somebody that runs a smaller manufacturing company, and they were like, how do you get work? What's the best way to get work? I told you, I'm going to give you the secret. Give you the secret to breaking in and getting work. And they're like, yeah, I'm going to do blogs. But no. When's the last time that you read a blog and you were like, I'm going to buy from these people?
Literally, I've never read a blog.
There you go. Like,
yep.
I was like, that's the craziest thing I've ever heard. Like, that's never going to happen. Here's how you do it. Call up every bigger version of your business. Okay. And you say, I'll take all of your overflow work. If you ever quote something and you feel like that's beyond your capacity or that job is too small for you, I'll take that job. You tell me it's $10, I'll do it for $9. You don't have to worry about it. You'll make $1. You'll keep your client.
Yeah.
And they're like, does that work? I'm like, that's how every single manufacturer ever has gotten started. Was they worked for a big manufacturer, they started their own company, and they took the overflow work from like their previous company. That's how it works.
But what's the problem with that? Why does that not work for some people?
Well, I mean, a lot of people think super small, right? Just like you're saying, is that they're thinking like, man, why would they ever give me any work? Like, I'm going to be their competitor. I'm like, first of all, you're not their competitor. Okay.
Right.
They're a $20 million company. You're a dude in his garage. So you're not their competitor. You won't be their competitor for a decade. So that's crazy. And yeah, you're solving a big problem that they have, which is with capacity utilization or let's say level loading, which anybody who actually does work for a living, executes for a living, understands this. Is like, if you're a plumber, sometimes you have too many jobs. Sometimes you have too few jobs, right? Well, it would be really cool if you knew like 2 other plumbers. And when you had too many jobs, you could call and phone a friend and say, hey, John, like, I am literally up to my neck in it. You know what I'm saying? So if you could really help me out, I'd like to give you this job. Now, what did I just do? I just made a friend, right?
And you added a bunch of value, right?
A bunch of value. And to my customer, I'll even take it to another step, is because I just straight refer. I say, hey, you should just go to this other company because this isn't a great fit for me. It's a perfect fit for them, and it blows people's minds. But like, if you were a plumber, because we'll just pick on them for today, you'd say, look, we're in so high demand that I can't come out next week. We're doing emergency stuff. We have this maintenance plan where we make sure that everything is running smoothly, and we do 6-month site visits. We do all the work. And so we're booked out because we're number one in that. But it is my obligation, it's my mission to make sure that you're taken care of. So I'm going to refer you to a great friend of mine, excellent plumber. If you have any problems, I will then step in and we'll take care of you. But you will be in great hands, and we'll be here for you. If you want to sign up for that maintenance plan, that's how you get that next day service, because we're always booked up, and we give that type of service to people that sign up for our specialty plan. I'll be there. But for right now, you need to talk to John. He's amazing. He will come out as soon as possible. I've already talked to him. Make sure that he's available next couple of days. And my guarantee is that if he can't come out and do it, we will then come out and do it. But for right now, let me give you his number. He's waiting for your call. Now I just like set them up for a bunch of stuff, right? I just told them, hey, I'm too awesome. I'm too booked up right now. I just said, I don't care about the money. I care about that your needs are taken care of. Okay. And I gave them the guarantee of safety that if what the recommendation that I just gave them isn't good enough, that I will step in personally, even though I'm super busy because I've already established that, and I will make sure that they're taken care of. If somebody executes on that, dude, I'm telling you, that's how they say, well, send me the information for that maintenance plan, because it sounds like for $1,000 a year, I'll never have to worry about this problem ever again.
Exactly.
Yep.
Exactly. You're 100% right. You looked great. You did a really great thing, and you helped somebody else. Like you did. It was I hate saying win-win because not normally a win-win, but this was like a triple win.
Yep. Yeah. So this was like, we post on Facebook. I'm deleting my Facebook, but it's like the way that I think about sales is like your posts the other day. It's like when somebody ghosts you and you saw all the responses, a lot of negative stuff, a lot of goofy stuff. But I go the other way with it, even though like that's not how I always feel. That's how I want to behave because I want to feel that positive. You understand? My action is going to create a belief and it's going to create a mood for myself. So instead of saying, hey, dumbass, like, you wanted this thing and now you're not responding to me, I'd reach out to them and say, what? Hey, congratulations. I'm glad that your problem is solved. Maybe we can help you on the next thing, but I'm super happy for you because really, your success is the only thing that's important to us. That's why we're in business. That's why we do what we do. Most of the time, somebody's going to respond back and say, hey, man, my problem is not solved. I went to this person and it's all messed up. My life's worse than it was before. And then you say, hey, I'd like to solve that problem for you. Right. Exactly. Or they don't respond because their problem was solved and you kind of just made their day or made them feel validated. Right. But either way, it's thinking about things in a positive way. That's a win. Right.
Well, yeah. Also, look, we forget things. I forget things all the time. So it would not be unreasonable to think that whoever you're reaching out to just forgot to get back with you because people are busy, right? That would be the third option. I would think that would come before my problem is solved.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Very unlikely the problem is solved. Hopefully it is, but
it was probably a huge pain. I want to pull this in to talk about a little bit about our topic that we posted. So now we just talked about sales and marketing and customer focus. What the hell does that have to do with employee retention?
Dude, everything has everything to do with it. Because if your employees, look, if you're having trouble hiring right now, and this is exactly why I put this up, if you're having trouble hiring right now, why don't you focus on the employees that you have and train them to be better employees, to be better salespeople, to be better closers. And guess what? You don't have to hire more people. You could just train your people to do a better job. But where you're thinking is well, I just need to find new people, dude. I just need to add more people. No. You're wrong. What you need to do is you need to train your people. That's it. You don't need more people. Now, if you've got if you're four people down, your crew is 4 people down, that's a different story. Most of you guys are not that far down, but you got to focus on the people that are there because guess what? You're really going to be screwed when they leave you. If you don't focus on them, they're going to go somewhere where they will focus on them.
Here's a piece. This is culture, right? So the things that we just talked about, they are customer first mindset, foundational pieces. Do you want to have a culture that's about getting over on clients, harassing them, annoying them? Or do you want to have it outwardly facing on how best you can serve, how you can fit into the market, how you can partner? Do you want to have a positive culture or do you want to have more of the same? Right. So here's like a little mindset game, right? A little thought experiment. take the people that you have, multiply them times 5. If you had 4 more of that person, would your life get better? Would your business grow? Or would you be less stressful? That's what life being better. I look at it like this. You have time, you have money, and you have your brain, right? So would you feel better? Would you have more time? Would you make more money? If you multiplied that person by 5, there's 4 more of that person, 5 of them instead of 1 of them. And if the answer is no, you're a terrible leader.
Right.
Okay. Because it's your job as the leader to elevate or extricate that person. Okay. And that what I mean is that you probably hired some young buck, 18, 19, 20, 22, 23 years old. They don't know anything. It's your job to be a leader in their life, to turn them into a leader, teach them how to think, how to behave, how to show up at your business. And if they're not doing what you need to get done like that, it's your job to coach them, lead them, or get rid of them. And when we look at these companies, these regular, everyday, we do the work, blue collar companies, everybody knows that there's somebody there that shouldn't be there.
Absolutely.
They get all the attention though. They get all the attention, right? They get all the, hey, I'll give you a raise if you just can show up to work this month. What about the dude that's showed up every day for the last 4 years?
You overlook him.
Your calls for this week, like, we'll have a pizza party. Well, where's the pizza party for the dude that's just making you money every day? Look, do the thought experiment. You got 4 people on the team. What would happen if you went through in your mind? Would you have more time? Would you have more peace? Would you have more money if you had everybody on your team was that person? And if the answer is no, you need to do something about it right now in your systems and processes. So you follow the stuff that we talk about that's in Corey's program, get them to do it. If they won't do it, they got to go.
Yeah, it's simple.
It's that simple. Hardest
but
thing.
Corey, but Kelly, there's nobody to hire. Yeah, I get that. Well, you should have hired the right person to begin with. That's not my fault you didn't. Let's just move forward, right? We got to find the right person.
Hire for culture, train for skills. Okay.
Exactly. If you think about it, right? So if you've got a guy or you got a person that, is, she's making plastic cups, well, not plastic cups, but plastic cups out of like green, organic, fucking whatever material, or you got the dude that graduated from Harvard. Which one of those guys you want on your team?
I want whoever's going to actually do the job that I hired them for, and that I can progressively train and improve over time. You know what I'm saying?
That's the answer would be the first person.
Probably the first person, right?
Yeah.
But we have core values and we're pushing these more and more. But the one that in my mind that I always think about, we stole from fitness, it's called progressive overload. So essentially it's actually just like Ed's one more thing or one more rep kind of concept, but it's something similar, is that we want someone to be slightly always under tension of the growth that and their expectations for themselves. So like they know where they're going to go and they're a little bit uncomfortable. And there's certain flavor of person. Now it might be that Harvard person. They seek comfort. It might be that person that just makes the cups. They seek comfort and they want to have some kind of system sustainment. Like, I do this thing and that's good enough for me. I can tell you, for everybody that's listening, we are going to go through an official recession in a few days. They're going to announce like, hey, we've had negative GDP growth. We have we acknowledge the thing that everybody already knows, right? And for your business to thrive and grow during a downtime where people have less money, you need to have better people. And you can't just, like, great people work as volunteers. Okay. They can go and get another job anytime they want. But it's your job to be a leader and retain them and train them and figure out where they want to go and what they want to do. So, dude, like, I mean, we're talking sales, right?
Yeah.
People want to make money. Okay. It's how do you retain a salesperson? Like, don't have a crappy product, don't have crappy customer service, right? Support those salespeople, get a real actual system in place. And I'm not talking about software. I'm talking about a system is things that you do. Software enables you to do this system. I'm not saying go out and get a CRM. Corey's going to tell you like not every salesperson is amazing at a CRM, right? But it's not going to make your system work.
Right. Yeah. 100%. Yeah, you're absolutely right. You got to figure out how to meet people, one, where they are, and two, you just got to be able to have a human to human interaction with people, a conversation that you genuinely want to have with the customer. And that's really all it's about. You just got to be curious.
Yeah. Well, I think that if you do those things, then you're going to have a better culture and people are going to want to stay.
Yeah.
That's going to increase your sales, lower your costs, all the things that people say that they want going into a recession. But I mean, dude, you talk to people, they want a magic bullet, right?
Yeah. 100% they do. That's exactly what people want. It's just not out there. So stop looking.
Yeah. Stop looking. And your employees are going to feel it. If you're thinking that you're going to, hire somebody and they're going to teach you like some kind of kung fu move that's guaranteed to make every sale lay down, well, you're going to get disappointed, but your sales team's going to be massively disappointed and they're going to leave. They're going to try to find a place that has a real leader.
Yeah, they sure are.
Yeah.
People are tired of dealing with, you just can't be a half-ass leader and run anything effectively. You just can't. I've tried it. It doesn't work.
It's true.
So, yeah. So I'd encourage anybody, if you are doing that, stop because you're probably not going to have a business. All right, brother. Let's wrap it up, I think.
Let's do it.
All right, guys. I appreciate you listening to the show. Make sure you share the show. Check out, you'll see if you're watching the video, you'll see where you can download the book for free. My book, 9 Simple Steps to Sell More Shit. Go do that now. We'll see you next week.
A free top-selling Amazon book, right?
That's right.
Pretty good deal.
Pretty good deal. All right.
Everybody.
Thanks, guys.